Hey, everybody! How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Welcome. Here we go. Just thought I'd bring a little intro music in, if you know what I mean. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Y'all doing good? Cool. Well, I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. I know I have. It's been a beautiful day. It's been a little cloudy, a little misting, a little bit of rain, and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, um, just enjoying this rain. It's gonna be nice because all next week it's gonna be nice and sunshine and everything else. So, all right, here we go. So, I don't know who all is gonna be joining in, but I wanted to just bring everybody that was in last night and go from there. So, um, yeah. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let me know. I know I was trying to tell people about that wonderful John Deere that I've got, cab over and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's fun. It's neat. It's interesting to have because with that John Deere, I'm able to take care of in the heat. I can turn the air conditioning on and not sweat. And during the winter months, it actually your body heat absorbs, and plus with the plexiglass, it helps with keeping the heat going as well. So it's all good and all that kind of stuff. So it helps out in many ways. Keeps the dust off of you, and it just helps out. So it is gas powered. A lot of people want to know if I got the diesel or if I got the gas. I did get the gas powered one. The diesel was just a little bit more expensive, and like I said, I only go with what I can afford. So anyway, um, but yeah, I also have that. I call it my convertible zero turn. It's the 930 series. Has a 25 and a half horse Kawasaki on it, and it does a wonderful job as well. So, but yeah, everything's good. I use that thing a lot. Is put a lot of hours on that one. I do have that one going up for sale. Um, I have some plans for future. So anyway, we're just gonna keep going and going. I do have the John Deere walk behind, and it's got a 20 horse Kawasaki on it, and that is like a bush hog. Let me tell you, it's nice. I put a one of those straight um, uh, trays on it. It's got a straight shaft on the back instead of it going um, turning or anything like that. It just goes with when you turn, the whole thing turns, kind of like a stand on. So it changes it from a walk behind to a stand on, and it just makes a world of difference. I like it. It's nice. However, I've got that one up for sale as well. So I'm going to be selling the John Deere 930. I'm going to be selling the John Deere walk behind mower with two trays, and it's going to be listed on my Facebook page and stuff like that. I posted it on a few of my YouTube pages as well. Um, but anyway, like I said, trying my best and just keep everything on a flow. So, not sure if very many are going to log in tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Trying to catch on my other computer here to see if there's any chats or anything like that, and just kind of go from there. But um, just checking. All right, don't see anything yet. That's okay. It's all good. So no messages. All right. So yep, I'm just gonna keep going and going. I love that bad boy. That bad boy stand on is awesome. It's got a 18 horse Kawasaki on it, and that thing is mean machine. It's a 34-inch cut. Now that one there, it can it's strong, powerful, peppy. and they can do all kinds of stuff as well. So I do like that one. It does really well, and it's cool. So like I said, I like it. It does really well, and keeps it on the easy side as far as getting in the fences, smaller gates, and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, I like that, and I will say Bad Boys really improved over the years compared to when they first come out 20 something, 30 something years ago. So they've really improved. So anyway, hard to believe that right now it is it's. Oh, detaching. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Detach. So my dethatcher is it's a little small portable machine. I actually have two different ones. I have one that I pull behind my mower, and it detaches the ground really well, pulls up all the dead grass and from mulching or just regular mowing. And then I have one. It's electric, and it does really well, and it just keeps going. Digs down really well, but it doesn't hurt the ground. It just pulls up. I call it dead grass, and then once you do that, you want to fertilize, and then for the season, and then also spread grass seed down and help to prepare for the following season on all that stuff. And it's just really, really good because it's kind of like combing your hair. If you don't comb your hair, it gets in knots, and kind of like waking up in the mornings. If you don't brush your hair, yeah, it just stays in that fuzz and all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of like combing the grass, like hair, and it just helps it out. So that's what I consider it anyway. So anyway, it's really nice. So yeah, that's a good question. So if anybody has any more questions, feel free to ask. I would, you know, like to help out on that. I'm gonna keep this going as long as we can. I don't know how many people are gonna tune in. Last night blew my mind. I had about 40, 45 uh, come in and start chatting, and I was amazed. So we'll see what goes on this evening. But yeah, had a good time. I detach a bunch of my yards, not all of them, but a bunch of them, and that's one thing that helps out tremendously with the business growing and all that kind of stuff because people always see the quality of the grass and everything else compared to others' quality of their grass, and so that helps the business. And so, but yeah, just like fertilizing, if you don't fertilize the ground, it's not going to help out much at all. So, but anyway, so yeah, just trying to read this one over here. Quality of the bad boy compared to a Toro. Okay, so comparing the quality cut of the bad boy stand on to a Toro stand on commercial as well. All right. What I would say is it's about 50-50. So the quality cut wise, again, depends on how you cut and how you provide your service. If you're just out there running fast with any mower, it's not going to give a good quality. However, if you take your time with any mower, you're going to get the best quality out of it. I would say that the Bad Boy is up there pretty well with Toro as far as quality goes. If you get the residential Toro, it will outperform that in a heartbeat. If you get the commercial grade Toro, stand on, that is, and try to make it equal. Let's say the 36-inch Totoro. I'm not sure the brand all the way, but if you get the 36-inch, it's going to cut almost even on that, equally, and the grass is going to line up really well. You get the stripes that you want really well, and again, it all is on how the operator is of the machine. Now, speed wise, it depends on what the transmission, the hydraulic, is on each machine, because each machine has a different hydraulic gear. That depends. That's what makes the difference in the speed of your cut. So, all right. Oh yeah, down here we have a lot of issues with snakes. I encounter snakes all the time. A couple of years back, I was wearing one of my shade hats, I'll call it that, and it was a straw hat to keep the sun off of me. And while I was wearing it, I was going underneath some pine trees, weed eating, trimming, and all of a sudden felt like a branch come down, not a big one, just a limb. And so I was trying to shake it off. And next thing I know, I had to lean forward and I was shaking, and it was a snake. It was a copperhead snake that had fallen out of the tree onto my hat. And I'm going to tell you something, that was quite an experience on me. So, yeah, and I've been doing a lot of landscaping as well, and I've had some places where it was so bad that, yeah, I ended up taking the weed eater in, just whacking everything completely out instead of trying to save any of the plants and just whacking it completely out and then just starting fresh over, because too many snakes, too many baby snakes, and yeah, there's quite a few different snakes down here. We end up with a lot of water moccasins, a lot of copperheads, king snakes, grass snakes. I remember one time there was a race snake. I was going underneath a tree, and I was on the zero turn, the 930 zero turn. I'm going underneath this tree, and all of a sudden, this race snake that was green and blue. Anyway, it fell down and went down my arm and went down my leg. Needless to say, I caught up with it and I chopped it up. I'm not a snake person. I don't like snakes. So anyway, yeah, not my cup of tea, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they call it a race snake, but I was able to catch it on the mower. Quite interesting. But anyway, yep. Oh me. What type of weed eaters do I use? Oh, well, I use Echoes. I've since 1994, I've used Echo weed eaters. Not saying they're the greatest, not saying they're the worst, but I'm not saying they're the only ones out there. But I've used Echo for most of the business. I have tried Steel. I have tried what is that red one? I forget the name of it, but I bought it and it still works. It caught fire on me. Had a gas leak and it caught fire, and was able to put it out without it exploding. And it's still in my shop, and I use it for high brush and all that kind of stuff. I put a blade on it. But like I said, it works great. The Steel, I'm not a big fan of Steels. The reason being the cost. They're too expensive. When you buy one, you can buy two Echoes. And even Echo's gone up on their price too. Now, I'm not saying there is anything wrong with Steel particularly, but you get a better CC, a higher CC in the Echo for a lower cost than you do a Steel at a higher cost. So I don't understand why it's so pricey on that. I don't know. Husqvarna, they make great weed eaters. They make great edgers, the portable edgers, that is, like a weed eater with a straight shaft. And I like those. Those are strong, dependable, as long as you get the commercial one. If you get the homeowner residential kind, it's not going to last. I do have a battery operated Echo, and I will tell you, I'm not a big fan of battery. It's it does a good job cutting, except for when you get into thick grass. That's where it loses its potential. You loses all of its strength. So I'm not a fan of the battery stuff, but not saying it's all bad. But I've always been a gas powered person. I'm old school, so that's just me. Uh, it's kind of like on my mowers, even though they're brand new, 2024s. I like um, carburetors. That way I can work on them and not the fuel injectors, because fuel injection system, you have computers, you have modules, you have all that kind of stuff. And if it gets dirt, gets wet, gets anything else on it, and I know they're built for all this stuff, but if they happen to have some kind of issue, then you got to take it back to the shop, and then you got to look at the fact of waiting for them to be able to get to you. And if you don't have a second or a third backup mower ready for all this, you're at a standstill and you're losing money while your equipment's waiting in line to be fixed. And that can take from a week all the way up to 3 months, depending on what your dealer has in front of you. So you got to take all of that in consideration. Yeah. Okay, somebody's asking, do I have liability insurance? I sure do. Yes. That is a must have, especially in the commercial business and residential. When you're out there working, doing all the work that I do and everything else, you need that liability insurance. That way, if something were to get broken on the property you're working, they can't just point their finger at you and say, hey, you got to pay for this. Well, if I broke it or anybody working for me breaks it, then my liability will come in and kick in and cover. However, it's just a safety feature is what it is. It saves you the expense out of your pocket of that great expense. And let's just give an example. Knock on wood. I haven't had to use it, but let's just knock on wood and say that you're mowing a commercial business and they have 18 wheelers. They have people, the employees parking, and then the 18 wheelers in the back. And you're mowing, and all of a sudden you hit a rock and it breaks either an employee's car window or the 18 wheeler window. So you have to pay for that. Luckily, that's where the liability insurance comes in and actually works and helps you out on that expense. So that's why liability comes in. And also, let's say you're doing a residential place, and let's say that you are doing your best, and all of a sudden, some rock from out of nowhere flies out from not the side that discharges, just out from the other side, and boom, you hit the window of the house. Well, that's where the liability insurance also comes in as well. So you have to make sure what company you work with, you have insurance with and all that they will cover both commercial and residential and work with you in both ways. What brand of mowers do I prefer to use? Well, I like the cut rating of Bad Boy. I like the cut of my John Deere's. I like the cut of Exmarks. They're great. I love how Toro, they have a really good smooth cut. If Skag actually had a better engine on their stuff, the right engine, I'm just going to put it that way. If they had the right engine on the piece of equipment you buy, you've got a great piece to work with. I've had the downfall on that. I had a Skag, cut great, wrong engine. Again, you have to know which one you want to go for. So that's just what I would say. The brand wise, it's kind of a toss up on all of that. I'm not familiar with some of these other new brands coming out. I haven't tried them yet. So, but I am familiar with Exmarks. I'm familiar with Toros. I'm familiar with Ferris. Ferris does a really good job as well. I'm going to give them the thumbs up on that too. 4 years ago is when I started using my John Deere's, and I'm going to tell you, it blew my mind at how great a quality, the smoothness that I got from those. And I will tell you also that I use Gator blades on all of my machines. Reason being, year round, you have them teeth, they mulch up everything, they grind up everything, and it just does a wonderful job. So, yeah. And as long as you're not scalping on any of the equipment, I think you can have a really good cut. I'm not a big fan of Cub Cadets. They seem to, I don't know, you may have a better experience with Cubs. I'm not sure. But it seems like you have to go over it twice. Again, I don't know. Husqvarna's not a big fan of theirs either. You have to go over it twice. And then there's some others out there as well. So depends on the type of grass, depends on where you're located. And I'm in the South, so we have a lot of Bahia grass and everything like that. So hello there, Maria. How you doing? Nice to see you. Hey. Oh, me. Do I have soil tested? Yes, I do. I have soil tested for the pH and why. Let me explain that. Before I lay any type of grass out and before I do any kind of fertilizing or even lime or all that kind of stuff, seed, I want to take just a sample and I want to put it out there and I want to make sure that everything is good, or if I need to add another type of soil on it, or if I need to add another type of fertilize with what I'm adding. And you just have to do all that stuff. I don't do the testing myself. I just get a sample, take it, and have it tested. And you can have that done in your location as well. There's a place I go to. They have a nursery and all that kind of stuff that I buy all my plants and everything from, and they're able to do it for me. So it takes normally 2 weeks to get the test results back. Once it comes back, it's on a piece of paper. It tells me this, and everything. If it's low on what fertilizer it's low on, what nutrients it's low on, what like vitamins and stuff like that it's low on, then I'm able to put that in and, let the customer know if they want it fixed. There you go. So, all right. Glad to know that. There you go. It's good to see you. But yeah, so yep, it's just one of those deals. So yes, I do have to have it all tested. Just depends on how the clients are with their yards. I'll put it that way. If they are, should I say, picky, and they want it to be nice and perfection, I can understand. That's what I do. If they don't give a hooey about it, okay, we'll just go on and put triple 13 out there, and we'll fertilize and keep going. You know what I mean? That's the way it goes, or triple 10. So yeah. Oh me. So what type of grass do I like? Well, me personally, I do have a grass company out of Georgia that I order from, and it's called Evergreen. And that Evergreen is a seed, and that seed is beautiful once it comes up. And that's what I put on all of the yards down here in the South. Reason being is because it helps with during the dry, during the sun, during the shade. If we get a lot of rain, it's good. It just grows. And a lot of my posts that you see, and I put on there that I've worked on this yard and it's coming along great, or the grass is starting to look really good. That's because of that grass seed that I have laid out. And that's why I use that. Again, it's called Evergreen. They're out of Georgia. And yes, that's what I have ordered. And that's what I use on pretty much all of my yards when it comes time for overseeding. And what I mean by overseeding is I fertilize during the spring and mid to late fall with grass seed. And then also from, let's say, late September, October, I will put out rye seed, okay, ryegrass. And that way I'll have some work coming on through the winter. That's what I try my best on anyway. So, yes. But yeah, that's what I try my best on. So, what's the biggest yard that I've ever cut? Oh, well, let's see. I have 5 10-acre yards right now. Each yard is 10 acres, and there's 5 of those that I have, and they are residential. They're not commercial. They're residential, and I'm contracted with them year round. And those are my biggest yards that I have right now. And yes, I mow it with a 60-inch cut. Yes, I've done it myself for a long time, and yes, now that I have my partner Chris working with me, it's helped me out tremendously. So that's been the biggest yards that I've had. So, and they are in the country, I will say. The other second largest is going to be an 8-acre yard that I have, and it's only one 8-acre yard. The third largest is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 5-acre yards that I mow and maintain every single week. And so you take that into consideration also. Um, yeah, so I have quite a few of those, and then I have the rest between half an acre and 3 acres on the rest. And, I take those as my small yards. So that's what I do. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, the 10 acres. Yes, a few of them have great trees on them and stuff like that. And then there's 2 of them that are wide open, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Uh, there's a few people that would don't want me to record, and that's why I don't have them posted on my YouTube channel at all. And you gotta go with what they would recommend. You gotta take their privacy in, okay? So that's why you don't see those yards on my YouTube channel. Uh, but the rest of them, I try my best to keep everything on afloat, keep it going. Yep. Have I thought about bush hogging? Yeah, I've taken that into consideration. I've thought about taking. I did have a small compact tractor before I went into the zero turns of John Deere. I bought a little small John Deere compact tractor. It was a 1023, and it came with a bush hog on it, and a bucket. And then I ended up buying a tiller, and I bought a smoother, the one on the back, a bucket, whatever you call that thing, a grater, and then yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. I had something else that went with it, but I can't remember what else. It's been a while back. This is about 5 years ago now, 4.5 actually. Yeah. Anyway, who's counting? Um, but yes, I enjoyed that tractor, but it costs a lot of money. So, all right, you have 2 Cub Cadet mowers. One is 22 and 2011. No decks since it got. Oh, well, I can understand that. Yeah. Yeah, and then, again, it's not that I don't have anything against them. It's the cut quality again. Like you're saying on that Cub that you have. I guess the cut on the 2022, is it pretty good? Let me know. How's the cut quality on it? Is it a good cut quality? Because I was asked that question on, from somebody else on which one I liked. So, but yeah, the 2011, that's because they didn't put much paint to protect the deck, and that's why it rusted out really quick. So yeah, that's why you had to drop it and let the deck go and stuff like that. But there's other companies as well that did the same thing. So it's not just on the Cub Cadets and stuff, but other companies as well, like Husqvarna is another one. They did that too. Uh, Gravely's, they did that too for a while, and protections. 17 Yeah, both wheels back. Yep. Yep. Transmission. Yep. Yeah, the transmission problems and, you know, the bolts, like you're talking about, the bolts keep falling out and stuff like that. And that was on your 2017 model. Yeah, I can understand. And I would have sold it too. Put it back together, sell it, get rid of it, you know. So yeah, I understand totally where you're coming from on that part, because it is not fun when you have all that issue going on, and you're trying to keep stuff maintained and going. So yeah, I try to stay away from all of those, like what you have. Yeah, they had the plastic hood. I know. I don't like that myself either. And yeah, the cut is fine. It's a wider one. Yeah, 50. Yep. And the 50 inch will do a really good job too. Hey, you know, all I can tell you is keep an eye on all the pulleys, keep an eye on the belt, make sure that your wheels and stuff are always bolted down, and all that, and just make sure, you know. Ah, right. Well, congrats on that. You got it last year, so there you go. And that's why I'm just saying, keep an eye on all that stuff. And I don't know, just what I try to do is I try to wash all of my stuff down once a week. You know, keep it clean, keep it all that cleaned up, and that way you don't have much to worry about. Especially the hood. The hood being plastic, it's going to fade quick. The paint's not going to stay shiny and all that stuff. But if you clean it, I don't know if you park it, just leave it outside, or if you park it anywhere underneath an awning or a garage. But if you put something over it, if you park outside, that'll help it to stay better too. So just letting you know about that. So yes, I do my own maintenance. I change the oil every 50 hours on all of my equipment. I know that they say you can go 100 hours, 120 hours without changing oil, but I myself, I change my oil every 50 hours on all of my equipment. So that's what I do. I sharpen my own blades. If a belt goes bad, I change it myself, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh wow. So you had a lot of hours on that 2011 model. Yeah. And that 2022 45. Yeah, I know what you mean. So all I can say is try to keep using the 2022, or you know, just use your new one. I mean, that's the best thing you could do, and keep it going. And use that 2011 to pull trailers and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Since you got the deck pulled off of it, just use that to, you know, um, they do make pull behind bush hogs. Just letting you know that you can hook up. It has a motor on it already, and you can actually brush hog that acreage you're talking about, or that field that you have next door to your place. Just letting you know. DR makes it, and a couple others make it. I'm not recommending a particular name, just letting you know that they are out there. And Toro makes it. Um, I want to say Ferris makes it. I'm not real sure if Exmark has any, but yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of different ones out there that will do it. Yeah, hauling logs and stuff, right? Yeah, I mean they made them strong in the older days, right? So you can haul a lot of stuff, right? I totally understand that. Yeah, that's kind of like my granddad. He was a craftsman, and he loved Craftsman's all the way. And my very first actual mower to use when I was just in my early teens, before I got going commercially out there, but it was a Craftsman, and it was a 50-inch cut Craftsman riding lawnmower, just a basic riding lawnmower, and it had a 25 horse, yes, 25 horse Kohler engine on it, and a 50-inch cut deck, and it was pretty stout, and that's what we went with. So it was neat, and it worked well. We had to take it back and forth to the shop quite a few times. So yeah, what I did not like was the little 5-star thing on it and stuff, but that was way back in the '90s. So they were built a little better back then compared to now. So yeah. Yeah, the looks is quite different. But I will tell you this. I mean, I think that the actual company from Craftsman and Cub Cadets right now in today's society is actually made from the same place. I don't know. They look the same. Just saying. If you look at the frame and look at everything else on it, it kind of looks like they're built from the same area. You never know. I mean, Hyundai and Kia, they're made from the same company, so you just don't know. Yeah, MTD, yeah, and you're probably right. See, you're right, MTD, because you don't see too many MTD mowers basically out there by themselves. So again, you just don't know. But yeah, moving on. I'm just gonna say it's interesting on all the different brands that are out there. It's like the new Steel zero turn mowers. Uh, Ferris is the one that builds those, by the way. Just letting you know. Ferris, they build them. So, yeah, it's not its own product. It's built by Ferris. So, yeah, it's quite interesting. A lot of people don't want to say that, but it's interesting. Gotta have my chocolate milk here. Love it. Yeah, it's starting to miss just a little bit here, so it's okay. We're good. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Well, I'm gonna let you know the Husqvarna. My dad had a Husqvarna. Yeah, it wasn't that old either. I don't remember what exactly the year was, but my dad had one, and it worked for half a summer, and that was it. And engine didn't give, but the transmission gave out, and some more issues on the deck. Plastic, a lot of plastic problems. So engine was good. I believe it was a Kawasaki engine on that or a Briggs, either a Kawasaki or a Briggs. I'm not real sure. And it was a 24, 23 or 24 horse engine. Um, but again, it was a newer riding mower, and it was just a bunch of plastic stuff in it. So yeah, again, plastic transmission gears. That's the whole thing. Oh yeah, it was a cow. Right. Yeah. That's the best way to put it. It was a cow. I like that one. I like that one a lot. That's a good one. Oh man. Yeah. It was a big cow. There you go. Husqvarna, a big cow. So there you go. We'll leave it at that. We'll not go any further. So anyway, yeah. Um, Yeah, they do have it made poorly on purpose, and that kind of goes with all the new stuff anymore. And I say all new, I'm talking like um, 24s and up on a lot of different products. They don't care about the quality no more. They care about just money. They don't put the money in it, and you pay the money for nothing. And that's the downfall about it. So again, that's why it's hard to say which one's going to be best. I preferably, I lean toward Bad Boy. I lean toward, I don't, I lean toward John Deere. What I don't like about John Deere right now, even though I own a lot of John Deeres, what I don't like is the fact that they have taken their service and they've moved it completely out of the U.S. and everything is made out of country now. So that's what I don't like. Most of my stuff when I bought it had warranty. Now, nothing's under warranty. The powertrain, that's it. And that's it. I mean, the motor and the transmission, that's it. I'm from Texas. Yes, in the U.S. I'm from Texas. Yeah. Good old Texas. Smallest state in the United States, Texas. Right. You from New York? Cool. Yeah, I would love to have everything made in the U.S. again. That would be great. That would be wonderful. Ford's not even built in the United States no more. Did you know that? Chevrolet is not built in the United States no more. Did you know that? Dodge, Ram, nothing is built in the United States no more. Chrysler Industry is bought out. Yeah, we're not even going on that subject. So, John Deere is no longer made in the United States, and I own John Deere. So, most of the parts on mine are made in, all foreign countries. So, I don't know what to tell you. Bad Boy is made all in Arkansas. The only thing not made or that's put on there is the engine. That's the only thing. So, yeah, I bet everything is way more expensive. Yeah, I know. So, but yeah, it's quite interesting. But I will say again, Bad Boy is made in Arkansas, and all of its products and everything is made in our home base. And the only thing that's put on there that is not made is going to be the powertrain. So Kawasaki is a great engine. I prefer Kawasaki. That's what I have on all my equipment, and I love it. Um, it outperforms Kohler, and I've had a lot of Kohler engines in the past. So, wow, 57 Cub. Oh, that's awesome. That's when stuff was really made. Good place to buy the blades and belts, in my opinion. Well, I go online and I order my stuff. It's all made in the states, and it's sold out of Georgia, Alabama, and what's that other state? You made my mind go blank. Anyway, but it's all made in the states. Oregon is the brand blade that I use. Oregon. I'm not saying that's the only brand, but that's what I use. Again, it's Gator blades that I buy. Um, when I buy it online, I can buy it in the bulk. I can buy quite a few blades. Each of my mower use 3 blades. Okay, so when I say a pair, I'm talking 3 blades per pair. Okay, so or a set, and so when I say I buy 12 sets of blades, that's going to be 36 blades altogether, and I'm able to buy all kinds of stuff and get all of that for a reasonable cost, and that's only because of the business and stuff like that. You could probably go to your local um, dealer and find blades. I'm not sure what the cost is going to be. Walmart used to sell blades. I don't know if they do anymore. I don't go to that store to buy them. Trying to think. Tractor Supply sells blades. Lowe's sells blades also. Home Depot sells blades. And I'm trying to think of other stores. Ace Hardware, they sell blades. But you need to make sure what size yours is. Make sure what the hole is for the bolt to go in. And if you buy a different kind than what you normally buy, just make sure that center hole is good. That's all. And you'll be good to go. Yeah, Husqvarna chainsaw is really good. Yeah. Yeah. Chainsaws. Well, I have and you're probably going to laugh on this, but I have a Polar chainsaw. And my chainsaw is old. I bought it used at a pawn shop, paid $80 for it. And it's a 18-inch chainsaw. And it's, you know what? It's worked for the past 18 years, though. All I've had to put on it was new chains to keep cutting. So it's an old one. It's not new. It's 18 years old plus. So where's the best way to get the good in price? Well, the more you buy, the lower the price is going to be per blade, that is. So that's all I can tell you. The more quantity you buy, the lower it's going to be per blade. Yeah, and if it works, it works. You got that right. That's right, buddy. Yeah. So that's how it goes, man. If it works, it works. Uh, that's the best way to put it. That's how I look at things too. So I don't buy it for the brand name. I buy it because of if it works, that's all I care about. So there you go. Oh me. So yeah. Um, but yeah, what I'm actually wanting to do now is I'm wanting to go a little bit further since I have a person working with me and stuff. And I'm wanting to expand and do a little bit more landscaping and some other stuff too. Uh, my landscape now is in a small boundary, and what I mean by boundary is I don't do a great large landscape. I just do small flower beds here and there and stuff like that. But I'm wanting to be able to expand, and I want to be able to design and everything else from nothing to a whole lot. That's what I want to do. Will I get there? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, brand loyalty. I'm going to tell you a lot of stuff. If you're buying it for the brand, you're not buying the good quality. I found that out. I'm just speaking from what you said there. So yeah, just speaking from that. But yeah, um, yeah. If it works for you and you get a good deal, there you go. Doesn't have to be the brand. So, um, but yeah. Oh me. But yeah, as far as landscape goes, I would love to be able to just broaden things out and try some more stuff and try to expand on it. But right now, I got to stay focused on, especially this time of year with lawn service, because um, I'm back up to about 60 yards a week. And it's crazy because I was down to almost 38 yards, and now I'm back up to about 60 yards, and it's crazy. And that's why I have a helper working with me now. So that's quite interesting. Um, but I have other plans as well for the business, and if anybody has questions, please let me know, and I'll try my best to help you out. Because I'm not downing anything, I'm not putting to shame to anything, I'm not gonna frown on anybody, anything, or nothing like that. I'm just here to help in the best way I can. Um, Again, this business kicked in 1994, and I've been going ever since. And I've had my ups, I've had my downs. I think we all have. And I'm blessed with where I'm at, and I'm thankful for where I'm at. Uh, I think the biggest blessing is the fact that, you know, being able to do the stuff that I do and being able to enjoy doing what I do. That's what makes a difference right there. Um, you know, we all have to start somewhere and we all have to work our way up. That's how it goes. Yeah, Dad. Okay, I got you on that. I started when I was 6. Right. Yeah, following you. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I did. And I really got going when I was actually about 11, because if you recall, that's when my brother wanted to do all on service and stuff himself. And I believe that you actually bought a lot of equipment for him, and he got going. And after what, 2 or 3 weeks, he thought he was rich and didn't need to keep going. And I think I helped out with knowing where the yards were. And that's when you and I, Dad, started doing the yard work because he quit. Not naming names, but anyway. Yeah, I fell in love with it. What can I say? So yeah, we used that equipment. You drove me to the location. I did the work. So hey, that's how we got going. That's how everything starts, man. You got to start from the bottom, work your way up. Never thought I'd be at this location or this destination in my life. Put it that way. But I'm glad to be where I'm at. You know, I'm not rich, not rich with money, but I'm definitely rich with the fact of going through my ups and downs and learning from it. And that's part of life. You have to go through life in order to learn from it. You have to go through trials. You have to learn from it. It's not about having your name out there. It's about just learning from your mistakes and building up from that. And when you learn how to take care of things that you've made a mistake on and don't make that mistake again, guess what? You've made another step up. Me, I've learned how to rebuild small engines. So now, if anything breaks down, yeah, that's the way it goes. That's how it goes. But anyway, that's just part of life. And that's, again, that's part of my business, and that's how it goes. So I hope everybody's had a good time. I expected a few other people to be joining, but they didn't. That's okay. But anyway, um, I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. I hope this next week, starting tomorrow, is a blessing for you. And I'm going to try to keep this going weekly, and just keep at it. So again, y'all write to me and y'all let me know. Do I use a different oil? Okay. Hey man, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, and you have a great night as well. It was definitely nice talking with you, chatting with you, and stuff like that. Somebody asking, do I use a different oil? Well, I use synthetic oil. Is what I use, and what's required in the motor. You know, it depends on what the manual says. Each mower is different. Some say 1030, some say 520, some say 530. So it all depends on that. But I use synthetic is what I use, and so I know that the basic motor uses 2 quarts, and so I always buy the 5 quart jug, and you get a better deal on that. Put 2 quarts of that in, get ready for the next one. So, but anyway, all right. Well, y'all have yourself a wonderful evening. I appreciate everybody tagging in and chatting, and y'all have a good night though, and God bless to everybody.